morning, Ospreys. You're watching UNF Now on UNF Media, where we bring you all the campus and Jacksonville news you need now. I'm Annalise Delgado.
And I'm Hannah Stopchuk. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and happy National Cupcake Day.
It's National Cupcake Day?
It is National Cupcake Day. All the more reason to stay at home and whip out those old recipes.
Well, enough about cupcakes. Now on to news. Whether you're majoring in sports management, business, or biology, leadership skills are critical to earning a good job and having a successful future. The Institute for Values and Community Leadership knows this, and that's why they're offering a chance for UNF students to develop these skills at the Student Leadership Summit. This engaging event will take place from 8:30 to 3 on October 19th in room 3703 of the Student Union Ballroom. This is the 4th annual Student Leadership Summit, and this year's keynote speaker will be discussing authentic leadership. Additional breakout sessions cover topics such as originality, creating your future self, and resume branding. And we have all heard of speed dating, but what about speed networking? The Coggin College of Business will be holding a speed networking session today from 11 to 1 in the Student Union Ballroom, room 3703. You won't pick up a date, but you will have the opportunity to practice networking with local employers. And for anyone who has studied abroad or visited in another country, you know how difficult language barriers can be. The stress of not knowing how to communicate, the anxiety of not understanding what people are saying, it can really be nerve-wracking. So help break down some language barriers by volunteering at the English language program here on campus. The program has students from 22 countries who would love to practice their English with fluent or native speakers. If you're interested in being a language partner, stop by Building 14E, room 1724. The sessions will take place Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 4 p.m. And the weather is definitely different than yesterday. Here's your UNF Now weather report. This week is the LGBT Resource Center's annual Coming Out Week. To celebrate, they'll be showing a movie entitled Out of the Past. This movie will show tomorrow in the Student Union, room 2704. It will start at noon and end at 2, so if you're having a morning class and an afternoon class, this midday movie will fit perfectly into your schedule. And for all you music lovers looking to enjoy a free concert, head down to the Terry Concert Hall on Thursday, October 17th, to hear the First Coast Wind Ensemble. This will be the ensemble's opening concert of its 23rd season. The show will start at 7:30 and is made up of 60 community musicians looking to share their wind music with Jacksonville. Now it's time to get right into sports. Here's Hannah Ostapchuk with your UNF Now Sports Report.
With your UNF Now Sports Report, I'm Hannah Stopchuk. Kansas City Chiefs still upset over Sunday's game against the Ravens when the crowd's reaction to a player's injury wasn't as positive as the team expected. Quarterback Matt Castle laid flat on his back after a hard hit during the fourth quarter, when just hours before, an airplane carried a banner stating that he should be benched. Eventually, Castle was helped off the field but never returned to the game, leaving Brady Quinn to try and rally a victory. Unfortunately, Quinn didn't have quite enough time to win over the Ravens as the team lost 9-6. The Chiefs fans that called Castle to be benched for most of the season reacted to the head-hitting injury with excessive cheering. The team was disgusted by the stadium's reaction. Chiefs lineman Eric Winston responded after the game with a rather insightful couple of words, saying, "It's 100% sickening." Winston claims that he's never been more embarrassed in his life to play football than in that moment. Kansas City players and coaches were appalled by the fans' behavior, most claiming that it's just not right. In a game that's played for the fans, the team remains outraged by the fans' lack of compassion and stability for their own players' health. It's unclear how long Castle will be out, but at this point, Quinn will be leading the Chiefs to Tampa Bay next weekend. After a long weekend of playoff baseball, fans are sure October will be anything but dull. Oakland ended the regular season on a 6-game winning streak, but when challenged to a 2-0 shortage in the ALDS against the Detroit Tigers, the A's overall survival depends on the ability to win 3 consecutive games at home. Oakland fans are relying on the A's hitters in Game 3 tonight. As for tonight, we've got another question underway. Will the San Francisco Giants play another game at AT&T Park this season? The Giants could be looking at an easy game changer when the Cincinnati Reds' Johnny Cueto was required to leave the field after the first inning of the Game 1 because of an ill-timed back spasms. The Reds are heading home back in hopes to win this evening's game in Game 3. Last October, the Cardinals lost Game 1 of the NLDS against the highly ranked Philadelphia Phillies, but managed to even the series in Game 2. Later, they won elimination in Game 4 before winning Game 5 in Citizen Bank Park. In St. Louis is the only team playoffs that had a losing record in the road during the regular season. So fans remain in question about whether or not the Cardinals will dismiss another top-seeded team for the second consecutive season. With all 4 matchups underway, there is no shortage of anticipation for baseball fans. Monday night's game ended in disappointment for our fellow Jacksonville native Tim Tebow. Both quarterbacks Mark Sanchez and Tebow gave Jets fans a few plays to rave about against Houston, but it still wasn't enough against one of the NFL's best and still undefeated teams. Running back Arian Foster's run for 152 yards and a touchdown won victory over the Jets at 23-17. The Texans defeated the Jets for the first time in team history. Tebow, whose minimal playing has surprised fans so far, got the crowd fired up at times throughout the game, including running for a down on a fake punt. It was back to the sidelines for Tebow as Sanchez returned to the game and threw 2 incomplete passes while the Jets settled for a field goal. Tebow claims that he's been hoping for a few opportunities he could have punched in. But focused on the games ahead, Tebow says that he's just got to keep working, getting better in the game. Tebow's fans hoped for former Broncos quarterback would have some more action in the game by the 4th week, but needless to say, the nation is still in the waiting game for some Tebow time. Sanchez shouldn't seem to mind the Tebow time delay as his starting position remains positive during next week's game against the Indianapolis Colts. So what was that story you were saying about the convention going on today?
Yeah, there's a speed networking session in the Student Union, and it starts at 11, so if you want to go, you have time.
Yeah, I should definitely go check it out. I'll have a perfect amount of time to go grab some coffee and make some cupcakes before we head out over there.
You and those cupcakes. Make sure you check out our website at unfmedia.com.
And also make sure you like our new Facebook page at facebook.com/UNF Media.
Thank you for tuning in, and check in with us anytime you need your news now. Have a great day, UNF.